What's going on, everyone? Happy Tuesday, and welcome back to Sin City Crypto Live. My name is David. I'll be one of your co-hosts, and today, like every single weekday and now on Sundays, we come at you live from our studio in the heart of it. Snowed yesterday, so no one knew what to do. Las Vegas, Nevada. Today, we have a packed show for you guys. We're talking Bitcoin and NFTs. Satoshi said no. Have we come far enough on Bitcoin to allow stuff other than financial transactions and seeing Bitcoin as just a store of value? We also got an update on the library case, why this could mean a guaranteed victory for Ripple. We're also talking about Celsius and officially being labeled as a Ponzi. And we have so much to talk about. But before we can talk about all that, I'm going to introduce you to your other co-host. Hello, Robin.
Hola! It's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, we are an entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel where we take the old, boring, and stale information and package it up in a fun and sexy way. And Bitcoin has been moving up and down, and it is back to where we were yesterday.
Wow.
It was a flash psych out. And
yesterday I did my night stream yesterday, and original title was Flash Crash, and someone said Flash Crash and moved $1,000. I was like, yeah, he's right. All right,
yeah, I'm starting to rub off on you, bro. Because you know me. As soon as Bitcoin moves $400, your boy's throwing out bull sounds.
Yeah.
He's out here doing the El Toro. How you doing?
Big Chili Willie kicking off the show with a $5 super chat. Hit the like.
He throwing money already?
He throwing money. Said hit the like for the low Fed rate hike.
In true Vegas fashion, throwing money right when you walk into the club. Speaking of the club, we are going to be opening this thing up when we get to 275 viewers. Let's get up to that number. It has been over a week since we opened up the club, and I know all of you want to see David's amazing dance moves.
I actually have been paying for dance lessons. So.
Oh, yeah? Is it kind of like the salsa lessons, but it's
I can't tell you, it's a secret.
Style?
You just have to wait and see. Huh? You have to wait and
see. The salsa is not the barbecue one.
Oh, barbecue salsa.
Here we go.
And hold on. Look at this little notification we got. We Hindi has been a hodler member for 8 months now.
Handy.
This is one of the OGs here. He was watching Sin City Crypto when we had less than 1,000 subscribers. So much love to you. Much love to everybody new as well. Yeah.
If you're new, say hello so we can drop an oloa to you.
Guess what my new word is?
What?
Cashola. It's my
two favorite word.
I know, but I realized. Yeah. I always say cashola, and my friends are always like, "Oh, you always say cashola," and I realize that it's cash plus the ola.
Wow. But you don't like cash, so
I do like cash.
You know what? I want to make you guys laugh a little. You guys want to laugh? If you want to laugh, hit the like button, okay? Because I want to laugh, and we're gonna laugh at this. So this is from @Sherlock_Hodls, said how the Fed imagines the soft landing. And so this is how the Fed expects us to have a soft landing. Oh, sorry, that was funny. Also have another funny one. So this is from @IamSupermassive. Said 99% of Web3, and there's no sound to this, so I'll go ahead and narrate what it says on the bottom. So, guy starts off by saying, let me show you the automatic safety sensors on this soccer mom minivan. So he, opens it up, and the door is now open, and I will demonstrate the auto safety feature. So I'm assuming that the door is going to stop.
No, it's going to
But no, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. And bam, there it is afterwards. So 99% of Web3. Come on, guys, let me show you how it works. And then it doesn't work.
It was very quick.
That was funny. All right. Some other news, some other quick hitters. So I talked about this last night on my show, but I didn't get a chance to get Robin's take on it. This was from yesterday, the judge rules that the identities of the two people who helped secure Sam's $250 million bail can be made public. Now, there is some runway for appeals. Now, that's February 7th. I asked the people in the chat yesterday, who do you guys think these two people are? Of course, everyone said Kevin O'Leary. Robin, if you were to take a wild guess as to who these two people are that locked down this bail for Sam Bankman fraud $250 million bucks.
Okay.
What would your guess be?
I wouldn't say a person. I don't know what person it would be, but I have a feeling one of them might be a politician.
You think so?
A regulator, a
no
politician,
ways. No,
somebody.
there's no way, bro.
No?
Look, I'm
Is
a
that too
conspiracy-
far? That too far
Robin,
conspiracy?
Look, bro, because they got to know that the judge can do what he did. Say it's going to be made public, and you think they're going to risk their political careers for?
When are we going to get the answer?
So February 7th, they have until then to do the appeal, the judgment by the judge. So Rusty Bot said it's him. Are they going to dox him? Yeah, we're going to dox him. Also, we see YouTube made some changes. So some of your names are showing up in red and blue and orange and green.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know either.
Harder
I don't
to
know
identify.
why is Tim Bainbridge in red and why is DCA Rob Father in orange? Which, by the way, is that your dad, Rob?
Yes.
Hello, Father Klein. Also, Sistine Research is in here. Good morning, fam. Guys, Starman Forrest. You should follow him if you aren't already, which I don't know if you've been watching the show, how you're not following him already. And then one more thing that just came out today. A lot of talk about recession. JP Morgan just said the biggest risk to the market is no recession at all. And I guess I can kind of agree. I mean, first of all, do you see where they're coming from by saying this? So here's my thing, right? If I'm like, all right, why would they say this? The reason they would say this is we're already so far in debt. QE and the money printing has destroyed the value of the dollar. Well, now it's strong compared to the other currencies. But if we just let this thing run and we increase the debt ceiling and we keep printing money and quantitative easing and we start reducing rates again, 5 years kicking the can down the road, 5, 6, 10 years from now, instead of a recession now, you're looking at another Great Depression 5, 10 years from now. So I kind of get it from that retrospect. What are your thoughts on that, Robin? Do you agree that we need a reset, kind of a little bit of a hey?
Well, in all markets, a pullback or in traditional markets, especially in the stock market, of recession is healthy and it's needed. It's part of the natural cycles. And so if you try to push back on those, on that idea, it's always gonna fail. And if anything, if you prolong it, we always use the term kick the can down the road, it will be even worse as time goes on. And what we're seeing now is that the recession or the impacts of a recession, if not played through, if that monetary system, if that doesn't play through the system, you're adding it on to inflation and to value. So instead of it having a natural pullback, you take the money that would be pulled back and you print it, right? Kind of, I know I'm not really explaining it all that great, but.
Well, here's my thing, right? This can is full and it's full of carbonation. And so you kick it hard enough down the road, it might just explode completely and shower the entire economy with bad.
I got a thing, man. Have you seen the AI photos of the party scene?
No.
Kind of creepy, bro.
Let me see.
I want to talk about this. Because I'm a big AI guy, right?
Yeah.
And so obviously you have ChatGPT, you have what's the one that does the photos?
Chat CPT.
No. Midjourney. And
What is it called? Midjourney.
Yeah. Remember we were looking at Midjourney. We used it to do some crypto stash as example when he was on the show.
Yeah.
So here's Midjourney. So this is all computer generated. These are not real people. Take a look at this. And this is like throwback like party photos.
That looks scary real.
It's kind of crazy, huh? Now, here's the thing. Now, it looks real, right? But you can like look at it and you can see that things.
I guess the
aren't
hands
right.
don't look very real.
Well,
the faces.
There's
look
too many
pretty
fingers. First of all, there's 6 fingers,
1, 2,
and there's like an extra like little hand thing down
She
there.
got a toe thumb on her index finger.
Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah, man, it's kind
My
of
brother
kinda
has toe
creepy.
thumbs.
But it looks like
Here.
pretty. Here's another one. Look how many fingers are
That
here.
definitely looks okay.
Yeah, look at all the teeth, bro. It looked like a dolphin here.
That's
you know?
weird, bro.
And then you got this one here.
No.
Yeah, man. But at first glance,
Got teeth on teeth on teeth.
At first glance, I mean, look at that, man. I mean, when you first look at it, it just looks like some photos that you would see on the Insta, right? Right.
Instagram.
And then here's another one.
Is that the Biebs?
Yeah.
Justin Bieber.
And now here's the thing. This is all new. This is new technology still. So think about where we're at now and what this is going to do like later on.
Once they figure out how many teeth humans have?
Once they figure out how to line up the fingers with the knuckles
And the teeth.
yeah, and the teeth, dude. This thing, you're not gonna know what's real, man. Only fans is going to be only AI here soon. I'm just letting you know.
Hey, that's a good point, man.
Yeah,
That's a good point. Maybe I'll start an OnlyFans.
yeah. So kind of strange, man. And yeah,
It's a little creepy to me, man. I don't know.
it is creepy, right?
It is creepy, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's not creepy is crypto's not creepy, according to us. But according to the one senator, it is creepy dough.
Creepy dough.
And
creepy
now
dough.
we are not creepy dough. We are just looking at the price of Bitcoin. So, Robin,
All right.
what is the price of Bitcoin?
All right, so taking a look, as we mentioned, we have retraced back to where we were yesterday. Bitcoin coming in at $23,148, and we can see we have
What happened to your patented pattern?
the steps,
The ascending stairs.
the ascending stairs. Yeah, so still there.
Oh, there we are.
Yeah, so
Starting to look like
so basically, we bounced off of 24K for the most part, and then pulled back down. And so kind of not too much different. Fear and Greed Index did pull back to 51. I think some people are getting a little hesitant. So, and then we also have DCA Rob Father. He says facts. One like, BTC up $1.
that'd be nice. Also, speaking of DCA Rothfather, he said he left work early to catch the show. That's commitment. We appreciate
My
you.
dude. And then
don't get
the
fired.
stock market, a little green across the board. NASDAQ up 1%. And that's all I got there on that. But I do want to take a peek at the biggest gainers and losers. We have DYDX still pumping. And you said this was an exchange, right, for NFTs? Is that what it is?
So I think it's a derivative.
A derivatives exchange?
I got to look at it.
Mina Protocol still ripping. It is up 47% on the week, 11% on the 24 hours. Mutable X as well. You're starting to see some of the scaling solutions for Ethereum rip up, as well as Phantom, and Filecoin is up 5%.
So Phantom is launching their V2 of their stable coin soon.
And then
There's another stable coin that went live today.
Avalanche down 4.45%, but still up 10% for the day. I mean, for the week.
Jed went live today.
It did.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it later.
Hey, all right, cool.
Yeah.
All right,
But
that's all I
first,
got, brother.
I want to talk about some charts. Okay. And the first chart I want to take a gander at is this BTC chart. So this is Bitcoin on the 4-hour. And so we printed a couple of green candles, but I talked about this yesterday. Looks like we're starting to form a bear flag, which these do typically tend to break to the downside. If we throw the Ichimoku on here real quick, we can take a peek. We came into the cloud, broke above the cloud, and now we are looking at making support on top of the cloud, which is good. And so you're looking at 23,000 on the nose for immediate support. Now, of course, can it fall to the cloud again, which we should see some level of support right at 22.3. But for the time being, I think, and you can see volume has been decreasing, right? And so what I'm thinking is there's a lot of liquidity on the sidelines waiting to see what the Fed does tomorrow, which, by the way, guys, you do not want to miss our FOMC special tomorrow. We got Caleb Franzen. We have Magic Internet Money joining us. We're going to break down macro, Bitcoin. We're going to stream Jerome Powell's speech live, and we're going to discuss it. And so you do not want to miss it. We got a lot of amazing info coming at you. So make sure you do not miss. All right. And then Bitcoin I want to take a look at, all right, the 200-week moving average. So this is Bitcoin on the weekly. And you can see perfectly rejected, right? So we broke above this 200-week moving average briefly, got rejected, came back, retested on a wick, got rejected again, made a lower high, came back, got rejected yet again. A lot of analysts are saying they will not flip bullish until we flip and make support on top of this. Does that mean 2 candles, 3 candles? I'm not sure. But for me, once we break above, I want to see 2 more solid candles trading above this 200-week moving average before I can say, okay, we're in a longer term, longer bull trend. So that is yet to be done. We'll see. And you're looking at right around that 25K level, which is what a lot of people say, 25K. If we can reclaim 25K, guys, we are literally on our way to 30. There's nothing stopping us from getting back to 30 once we reclaim this 200-week moving average. So Bitcoin, 25K, trades a week above. Let's look to long it. All right, Aptos. So kind of just to kind of take you inside my brain, I do have a long position on Aptos. I bought in right around, I pulled the trigger a little too fast, but I got in right around this $17.90 level. We did break to the cloud. We got we found support, but fell back into the cloud. And now you can see, guys, how important this cloud is, because we wicked right perfectly. And I'll zoom in here. Perfectly. I mean, literally to the millimeter at the top of this cloud, got rejected. And now we are sitting at $17 and sitting at $17.16. We need to break above this cloud for the bullish sentiment to come back. But you know, we did talk about Bollinger Bands. We said, hey, it's going to break one way. Probabilities for me were going to be breaking up, but obviously it did break to the downside. If this thing goes below, this $16 level, I will cut my losses short. But as of right now, I am still in that position. And then Quant, one of my favorite projects. So I do have a few things on here. I have this trend line here. We've touched this trend line 1, 2, 3, 4 times. It's been a good level of support. And we did recently bounce off of this, which was right around this $138 level. Quant is currently trading at $144. Now, again, this looks like a bear flag to me, which a lot of crypto, same tokens on the same time frame, they show similar patterns. And so if this one does break to the downside, expect to find immediate support at around $140.50. If we break below, I would look at this between this 5 to 6x short level. You can see here, this acted as resistance and then support back here as well. So this is a very strong level, and it coincides with the 5x. So $130.51. If this does break to the downside, that is the area I'll be looking at to entering along on Quant, right around $130.50. So something to keep an eye on. And that's all I got for charts. Let's hop into the biggest news stories of the day, which, by the way, we do have a poll open, you guys. So we have a poll open. Make sure to cast your vote, because after this and our discussion, we will close it and we will share what the community thinks. So it's a source from CoinDesk. Bitcoin community erupts in existential debate over NFT project ordinals. I'm going to pause this real quick. All right. This month's debut of the Ordinals protocol, which stores NFTs on Bitcoin, is driving a wedge between Bitcoin purists, who say the blockchain should be restricted to financial transactions, and those who see the network as large and versatile enough to host a range of use cases, even if that means meme-themed art. Ordinals creator Casey Rodarmor, says the protocol uses inscriptions or arbitrary content like text or images that can be added to sequentially numbered Satoshis, which are the smallest units in Bitcoin, to create unique digital artifacts that can be held and transferred across the Bitcoin network like any other sats. Ordinals in its current form wouldn't be possible without Bitcoin's 2017 SegWit upgrade and the more recent 2021 Taproot upgrade. So if you're not familiar, SegWit helped scale Bitcoin by introducing a block field to hold witness data, which are signatures and public keys for Bitcoin transactions. Now, there were some vulnerabilities and security issues, and that's when Taproot came along. It resolved these security concerns, allowing the old SegWit restrictions to be removed and paving the way for projects like Ordinals to store large chunks of data on chain. Now, the new protocol has reignited an age-old debate on whether Bitcoin should be used for non-financial purposes. And if you guys remember, in 2010, Satoshi said no, it should not be used for anything other than financial transactions. Now, long before ordinals, a few old school Bitcoiners floated the idea of incorporating a DNS into Bitcoin, but that was quickly shot down by Satoshi. The protocol's opponents argue that ordinals will compete with traditional payment transactions by crowding blocks and driving up transaction fees. All right, I know I read a lot, but you have two sides of the argument. You have the Bitcoin purists who say Bitcoin is only store value, only financial transactions. That's what Satoshi wanted. He said it himself. You have the other people that's saying we're giving utility to Bitcoin. It's going to be good for price, for network adoption. It'll bring more eyes to the Bitcoin network. What are your thoughts, Robin? What camp are you in? Should NFTs be allowed to be on Bitcoin, or should Bitcoin be strictly for financial transactions?
Well, it's decentralized. So however people want to interact with the chain, if it follows the rules, which this clearly does, then it's all fair game, man. And whether you like it or not, that's what it is. You can sit here and say, well, Bitcoin was designed to be a peer-to-peer payments network. That's literally what the title of the white paper says. And are people using it as a substitute to cash? No, it's turned into a store of value because that's what it does best. But you can also say, hey, maybe it does NFTs best because of the security of the network. Might not be quite as scalable as some of the other projects, but I mean, if you're looking for security, why not keep your NFTs or your project on the Bitcoin blockchain? Right? It would make sense from a developer standpoint if you're concerned with security. Now, community, throughput, scalability, obviously not the first choice, not the go-to, but if security is your thing, then you know what? You're not going to be able to stop people from building on it if the code allows it. And this isn't the first time we've seen NFTs also. This is now becoming a thing because it's in the limelight again. But don't forget, the first NFTs essentially were color coins, Bitcoin's color coins. And so those were NFTs, and we had the same discussion then. Oh, hey, you can assign stocks or commodities, assets, and anything that you can think of with NFTs. We've already had this discussion before, and that was with color coins. But that faded because it also was extremely slow process. But now you have the 2.0 version of NFTs on blockchain, and so. I don't know. I'm kind of sitting back with some popcorn just watching this thing. I could really care less, honestly. I won't purchase anything for the simple fact that it is on the Bitcoin network. But at the same time, it wouldn't turn me away.
What are your thoughts on?
But if the market pushed it, if all of a sudden I saw value in an NFT project, I saw, hey, this NFT project has a community, it has a buzz. It has a good development team, everything that would normally check the boxes. If it's on the Bitcoin network, perhaps it'll get more attention for that simple fact because of all the Bitcoin maxis that are like, hey, look at all the things that Bitcoin can do. And they might pile in on that, which could drive the price up. Might be a good time to get in if you spot these projects out early.
Now, what do you say to the people that say it'll clog the network, it'll make it slower, and so which means the purpose that Bitcoin was meant to be used for now gets more expensive and will drive people away from that because of some
you can't stop it.
JPEG themed NFT on Bitcoin.
It doesn't matter. You can't stop it.
So you don't care what Satoshi's vision was, right?
Like I said, Satoshi's vision was a peer-to-peer payment network. That vision is gone. It was not. Bitcoin was not designed to rival gold for you to speculate on price long term and to keep as a store of value to protect against inflation. That is not written in the white paper at all. Now, you could say, hey, that could be something you could do, but that was not the intention of Satoshi. And so if you want to go by Satoshi's grand vision, well, his grand vision was this to replace cash. And it is now something different. And you know what? It's now something different if you start building NFTs on it. And will it slow down the network? Hell yeah. But that's if the community uses it in that fashion. What I'm curious about is if the NFTs that are used on Bitcoin expand outside of the JPEGs, the pictures. Are we going to start seeing perhaps musics, perhaps smart, perhaps contracts, like the DMV, DMV working?
Is this kind of the same thing as looking at gold, right? Gold, store of value, is used as a medium of trade, and now people will wear jewelry that's made out of gold. So it provided another utility for people to have gold. Can you make the same comparison here, or is it different?
It's a commodity. It's simple as that. It's a commodity, and most commodities, if not all, have more than one use case.
My thinking is,
and so it's there's more gold in computers than there are in the jewelry stores.
My thinking is kind of along the line of Forrest. I was thinking, hey, more money for the miners, right? And so when Bitcoin is down, and there's some utility like NFTs, yeah, it'll bring more money to the miners. They can maybe stay afloat and not have to sell as much Bitcoin. I think it's great for price. It's great for exposure of the Bitcoin blockchain. But it's just hard to go against what the guy literally was asked this question. He said no. And so I'm kind of in the middle. I don't have one argument or sentiment strong enough to sway either way. I can see the good. I can also see the bad. But let's face it. Like Robin mentioned, what Satoshi wanted was peer-to-peer. And now institutions are coming in and you have countries adopting it as legal tender. And so I think it will get... Dave have a pet anteater? He said, does David have a pet anteater? No, I don't.
Funny. Real quick, I do want to give a little love to the chat. If you're new here, say hello so that way we can drop an hola back at you. And before I say hello to anybody, make sure y'all hit that like button because we are at 80 likes, 140 viewers.
What's that ratio, Robin?
And that ratio is actually over 50%.
Wow.
So congratulations to you guys. Let's get it up to at least 100 likes. And
let's get it up to 105%.
Have you, sir, ma'am, child, alien, have you hit the like button? If you have not, do us a favor. Now, as we mentioned, if you're new here, say hello. DCA, Rob Father, 979 transaction. We got Ray G, Tim B, Root, Dennis 3, Dennis Knowledge Johns. We got 2 Dennises up in here. Party Farm, and also Happy Tinchy. He says, does Robin let
techie? God, my God, man.
He says, does Robin let Larry climb all over his nice collared shirts? And these are too slippery. He needs cotton to grab onto. So no, he does not climb on these.
He's one of those birds. Huh?
He'll fall off. But to all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
Also, Kane Watson said hola. I've never seen Kane in here. So Kane, welcome.
Hola, Kane.
Hola, Kane. Speaking of Kane, do you like Raising Cane's, the chicken finger place?
I don't do too much fast food, to be honest with you. And if I was to do fast food, it is pretty good. They have good chicken tenders, but I don't know. I something about just their entire menu is fried.
Not true. Their bread is not fried. Their Texas toast is fire.
Well, they put the fried food in between the bread, so it's.
You guys talking gibberish. I don't know.
Yeah. Rocco, how much fried food do you eat per week? I'm just curious.
Eat the fried mozzarella balls.
No fried food, huh? Yeah, man, that fried food will kill you.
Rocco's a liar.
You know what? It's like playing around with no stop loss. You're flirting with death.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
All right.
But I do like Cane's. It's pretty good.
So we did close the poll, and it looks like the vote was 66% of people said no, NFTs should not be on Bitcoin. So it looks like majority of people were against it, and so we'll see. All right.
You know what? We have Apsis Research in here as well. So we got Sistine Research and Apsis Research.
What about sepsis research?
Yeah,
sepsis is actually not good. It's not funny.
We got
Right.
the red and the orange. They don't have membership.
Oh.
Does it look like David's wearing a shoulder pad right now?
It does. This shirt's too big.
That's
why I have a top one unbuttoned, guys. Sorry, this one was way too big. I didn't realize until I got my car, so my apologies. I will dress better tomorrow, I promise. But first,
it's a shoulder pad?
Wedding David.
You remember back in the day when all the ladies would wear shoulder pads and they're like in their suit jacket? Not their suit jackets, but they're just...
Yeah, do you guys remember back in the day when everyone used to dress like Robin when they used to go to the nightclubs? That's right. So anyways,
yeah, let's go. Let's hit the club. Let's get to 270 people so Big Rock can hit the club.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about a very important ruling in a case, right? So Library was in a battle with the SEC back in November or December. They lost. It was deemed a security, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, this means Ripple." But we have some good news. So the man himself, John Deaton, Naomi Brockwell, who was, I believe, a developer or a user of Library, went to the judge and said, hey, I used this token as utility. And John Deaton went up there as an amicus, a friend of the court, and he pitched why Library tokens on the secondary market that were traded or sold are not securities. And the judge ruled in favor. So this is a huge loss for the SEC. So this is sourced from Being Crypto. Crypto lawyer John Deaton successfully argued against granting the SEC a legal mandate to oversee token sales on secondary markets after the agency successfully sued Library for offering its LBC tokens as securities. Citing a legal paper analyzing 76 years of securities cases in the U.S., Deaton successfully argued that secondary market LBC sales were not securities. He says, I'm going to make it clear that my order... Oh, this is the judge. My apologies. Well, actually, no, this is Don. Okay, this is John Deaton. No. It was too long a video. I didn't get a chance to clip it. I'm going to make it clear that my order does not apply to secondary market sales. The judge ruled it was a judge. The judge was non-committal on whether LBC was a security, but Deaton argues that if a token secondary sale is not a security, that the token itself is also not a security. Case in point was Naomi Brockwell, a content creator on the LBC network. Brockwell used LBC as a utility token, unaware of its investment potential. Without imminent regulatory clarity from Congress, Deaton believes the outcome of the Library hearing is crucial for future securities cases. Judges ruling on similar issues give outside observers a window into the possible outcome of an ongoing case. This is why I've said numerous times, love or hate Ripple, love or hate XRP, we should all be rooting for them to win, because that'll set a precedent moving forward if the SEC wants to continue to sue these projects and companies. Specifically, Deaton points out that the SEC uses similarly vague secondary markets terminology in its case against Ripple. Additionally, the SEC mentioned its Library summary judgment 21 times in a recent reply brief to Ripple. This fact underscores the importance of the Library outcome for the Ripple case. So when things were going good and the SEC won and it was ruled that Library was a security, 21 times the SEC referenced that case in its case against Ripple. And now that the judge ruled that secondary sales are not sales of securities, John Deaton argues, well, that means that the coin was never a security to begin with. How big is this for Ripple, Robin?
So interesting, man. Pretty, once again, I'm not well-versed in securities law, but I mean, from the sounds of it, if you're hanging your hat on this Library case and the judge says, hey, not really relevant here, right? I mean, that's essentially what it boils down to.
They're hanging their hat on the Library case. Yeah.
That's pretty damning, right? I have not heard much argument, and maybe I'm in this weird echo chamber of crypto bullishness, but I haven't heard much negativity when it comes to Ripple in this case. I haven't heard much argument that, hey, SEC, they took a W, man. The SEC, they're putting Ripple in a corner, in a bad spot. Hey, they're gonna have a hard time, proving the X, Y, and Z. What we're seeing is every week we get more and more evidence or more and more indication that this court case is leaning towards Ripple's side. And the court case is going to settle soon, or at least resolve soon. More than likely not settle at this point. But I don't know, man. Maybe it will settle. I mean,
this is huge for Ripple, man. I'm telling you, this is huge. 21 times the SEC said, look at the library case. Look at the library case. Look at how the judge ruled. Look at what the judge ruled. And they just got smacked in the mouth.
The thing with the library case that I was pointing this out right when it happened. I was like, this is irrelevant, right? It doesn't fit the case because library did not have an ICO. And so the entire case is built off of XRP being issued in an ICO format. Ripple Labs had an ICO. They sold the tokens, which the SEC deemed as a security. Library did not sell tokens. They did not have an ICO. They traded it after it came out, but they didn't have a public sale in the same way that XRP did. And so for me, right off the rip, I was like, bro, this doesn't fit. It's not the same thing. But yet, I'm surprised to see SEC sitting here trying to reference the library case, even though the two are vastly different from one another. And if they're referencing a case, they must know it's vastly different. So if they're saying, "Hey, we'll look at the library case," maybe they got nothing else to stand on. Maybe they're fighting a losing battle, and the only thing they got left is, well, look what happened with library. Even though they know them damn well, their own team knows, their own lawyers know, the two aren't one and alike. The two aren't similar. They're just two projects that happen to be in the crypto space. And library couldn't even defend itself. They were a small project outside the top 300 on the CoinMarketCap list. They stood no chance. They don't have the $100 million to fight a legal battle against the SEC. So SEC knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. They were going to get a victory off of somebody that couldn't defend themselves and then reference the victory and to the XRP case, to the Ripple Labs case.
Garrett Gensler.
But
SEC.
But the two cases aren't even. You should have. In the SEC's viewpoint, they should have went after a crypto project that had an ICO that released in the similar format as Ripple, right? That would make the most sense.
I just think it's funny that the SEC pointed to the library case 21 times, and then it turns out that they were wrong. You know what else is funny? Is Robert Vermouth said he's not subscribed to our channel, and he watches our show. I've seen him on our show like almost every day.
That's why he's red.
Come on, bro. You ain't subscribed? So, hold on. So everyone who's red is not subscribed?
Yeah, I think that's what that means.
Yo,
Meek Vision, you read?
We coming after you.
Are you subscribed, Meek Vision?
We're coming after you.
Because Meek Vision's been here for a while.
Meek, Robert, come on, guys. What are you waiting for, bro?
No, Meek Vision's subscribed. He has to be.
You gotta like the show.
I'm trying to figure out the color coordination of the chat. That's what I've been.
Interesting. I'm gonna do some research.
I think the YouTube recognized the T-shirt of Dave. That's why.
Oh, David, are you subscribed? Hold on a second, Kyler. Put this like sign next to his shirt.
They don't see the colors we see. The chat does not see the colors we see.
He is matching. He is a giant like sign. Look at that big ass head. Look like a thumb too. There it is.
You're lucky Jessica bought this, or else I'd throw it. Damn, Party Farm is red. You guys are getting doxxed, bro.
Bro, is that what it means?
I don't know. I hope so. That would be dope. That way you can single out the people who are not subscribed.
If your name is red and you are subscribed,
it's only red on our end. It's not red on the.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm doing research. Kyler, maybe you want to do some research. Why is YouTube colors red? Anyways, I want to know what the chat thinks. If you think that this is a win for Ripple, put a 1. The library case. If it's a win for Ripple, put 1. If you don't think it's going to have any impact on Ripple, put 2. So 1, library ruling is a win for Ripple. 2, doesn't matter. So, interesting. All right.
Yeah, just so you guys can see what just in case you're curious what the hell we're talking about. This is what the YouTube looks like. So you see how the names are red here.
We don't see colors.
Just curious. Then y'all know we can see through you now.
What does blue mean though, or teal?
I don't know. There's a bunch of colors. So,
Anyways,
It's pink. I don't know. Pink.
Meek Vision said, "I saw the title and came to spread." What did he say? The thing's in my way now.
spread love.
Spread the good news. ADA NFTs is next, man. I'm bullish on ADA NFTs, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's
my best
actually my thumbnail in my picture. That's my little ADA NFT.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my only NFT project that I made money on that I didn't get burned on was the JPEG Junkies, which is on ADA. Oh my god, that's terrible.
Oh, all mine have failed.
Yeah,
I
got
have
burned.
only invested in one NFT, and your boy straight hit a home run. 7X, thank you.
You know what's funny? You do all this research and research and research, and you get burned. And this idiot decides, "Oh my god, this looks like my bird." 7X is his money. Hate you.
It's like
hate
my wife. You want to hear a little story time? This was a good one.
All right, story time.
So in the same way that David is salty that I straight hit a home run on my my one and only NFT purchase. I went to the sports book here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I brought my wife with me, and she was hanging out. And I this was week one, first week of the NFL season. I had all kinds of research done and charts and stats. The lines had moved. I'd listened to all these sports radios, and I'd put in a parlay, 5 teams. Multiple of them, put like 3 or 4 in. I thought I had the code cracked. And I told my wife, I was like, "Hey, will you pick 5 teams?" And so she started randomly picking teams. And I looked down at the paper and she had all the animals. She had dolphins, bears, she had the Panthers,
Tigers.
And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Really, the Bears?" And then she's like, "I like bears." She's like, "Those are my favorite. Dolphins are my favorite too. I love dolphins." And so I was just like,
Did you take a money line or the point
no,
spread?
this is a parlay. It was like a 5-team
But
parlay.
was it the points or with the money
It was
line?
with the points,
Points.
just to pick'ems, you know, and or with the spread, and yeah, I lost all of them, and she won, man, and I was like, what the hell? I was like, all the research for what? For what? And she just picked all the fuzzy animals, and she won. I tried to do it the following week, and it did not work 2 weeks
for
in a
once,
row.
I enjoyed listening to Robin's story time.
Mm.
So were we getting a lot of 1s or 2s for this Ripple thing?
I was a
Before we
lot of
move on?
ones.
A lot of 1s.
We
okay.
did have a couple 2s. Party Farm, Jimmy put a 2 in there as well.
Really, Jimmy? Okay, Jimmy.
And yeah, so
All right. Let's move on from one court case to another one, but this one has labeled their plaintiff or their defendant or plaintiff as a Ponzi scheme. It's a source from Crypto Slate. Court-appointed examiner confirms Celsius operated as a Ponzi. An independent U.S. court-appointed examiner reported that Celsius had used customer deposits to prop up the Cell token and enrich 2 of the company's founders. The report by former prosecutor Shoba Pillay, Show Up and Play, looked into allegations the bankrupt crypto lending platform operated like a Ponzi scheme. She uncovered evidence of dodgy dealings, including Cell token buying sprees to drive the token price higher, with insiders benefiting the most through timely cash outs. I feel like we all kind of knew this, but for like an independent examiner who probably doesn't know very much about crypto to come and say, yeah, this was a Ponzi scheme. Now, Pillay's report stated that the Celsius business model was to gather retail customer deposits and invest the funds in the wholesale market. Capitalizing its operations came in part through the sale of the Cell token. Cell was an integral part of the business in that the company would buy its own token in the secondary market and distribute them as rewards to customers using the platform. The reasoning for this was twofold. Firstly, to incentivize new business, so new people like you putting their money in, and also as a demand driver to lift the Cell price higher. This business model was described as a self-sustaining flywheel, which is what FTX and Alameda was doing as well. Why isn't this dude in jail, bro? Why is Alex Mashinsky not in jail? Why are we allowing him to go on Twitter and tweet and have his voice be heard? Why has he not been shunned?
here's the thing. You think he will face criminal charges.
You ran a Ponzi scheme.
No, we're both in agreement with your big shoulders. I'm telling you, I am in the camp that at some point,
I'm going to take these punches today. Okay,
somebody
it looks bad. It looks bad.
Somebody is going to. Somebody. It's like an AI generated David, and they got the shoulders all wrong.
They got the extra shoulder.
Hit my shoulders, boy. Doing these bad boys. Yeah. This shirt's way too big. I'm sorry, guys.
I think eventually they'll bring charges. I just think that right now, I don't know. So there you go. That's what I think. I think eventually he'll face jail time. He's going to face civil liabilities. He's gonna get sued. Now there always is recourse or way out for getting sued and paying things back. So he's still gonna live a lavish lifestyle until he goes to jail, if he ever does. So.
Oh my God. Forrest said, bro, it's not a pyramid scheme. It's multi-level marketing. I laugh at that because I once in my day was part of a multi-level marketing. That was not very fun. So anyways, all right, let's move on from the Ponzi to non-Ponzi, which is JED, the algorithmic stablecoin, which our friend Forrest hates the name. By the way, yes, State Farm did give me the shirt. State Farm agent, Jake from State Farm.
Don't tell me you have a khaki